not the speech impediment. This is true. What's up, Nightshade? I thought about for Lisp that it would be funny to say something like let's Lisp like we're in Barcelona, but you know, I didn't know if that would be insensitive as far as internationally goes. I just thought it was funny. But wow, fogged up glasses and everything. Some hot apple cider. Hey Amit, how's it going? Yeah, so we are going to get into Common Lisp today. We did 1 day of Scheme. I'm gonna do a Scheme review though before we get actually into Common Lisp. So we'll see how that goes. They will. They will. I am assume you mean like take offense, right? I mean I do try my best to not offend people, but you can't do it perfectly. PM Walls, nice. Paul Graham, yo, that's right. I forgot about the whole Paul Graham Common Lisp thing. He loves Common Lisp. All right, so we're getting real fall here. It's cold and rainy today. We've got some apple cider, and then I have these maple flavored marshmallows that I'm going to put in the apple cider, and very fall. So let me get that set up. We'll talk a little bit about Scheme, where we ended with Scheme. This is very true. YouTube is proof of that. I had my first dumb person YouTube comment, so that was fun. It wasn't that bad though. It was just like, it's something somebody might say on Twitch too. It wasn't the particular flavor of bad that is usually the YouTube comment space, but it's all good. I survived. It didn't kill me. Like that. And can we see the good glasses fog up? No, not so much. I couldn't see anything for a second. All right, we'll let that cool down. We'll get started. Let's see. All right, so if you are joining us for the first time, or maybe you're on YouTube, I don't know, and YouTube randomly put my video on your homepage recommendations like it did for a C++ video, which proceeded to get way more views and likes than my entire channel combined previously, then welcome. What we're doing is ignore those comments. Yeah, I mean, at some point I will. I kind of just wanted to see what happened. You know, like, probably should just ignore it. If it was like really over the top, I would have just ignored it, but it was just kind of like base level, like incredulity. I don't know. I tweeted it if you really care. If you really care to see what the comment was and what my snarky reply was. But yeah. We're doing 12 languages in 4 weeks. We're on week 2. We've done 4 languages so far. We're a third of the way through. How about that math? We've done C, C++, Zig, and Scheme. And today we're going to do Common Lisp. And I was happy with my pun today, but you know, it doesn't mean everybody else is going to be, you know? Not everybody is happy with punnage. All right, it's getting drinkable now. It's finally to a drinkable temperature. Very, very slowly sipping it. Anyway, So let's do a quick review of where we ended up with Scheme, and then we'll get into Common Lisp. So Scheme was great, and we will, let's see, where did we end off in stream yesterday? Oh yeah, I was just having like typical issues where I was just being dumb because I was trying to apply Clojure functions, and I didn't take the time to think about it because, you know, I just pretended I was in Clojure land and everything works the same. That's C++. Nobody wants to read that except everybody on YouTube, apparently. Okay, so this is where our server.scheme ended up. Let's see if we can get back to our state before. If it's too far back, I might not bother. 1518. No, that would have been before we started the web API. It's fine. We'll just go over the changes. I didn't make nice stepwise commits to make it obvious. All right, so what we had before is I was having issues with coder here. Coder is essentially a what would it be in other languages? In Clojure, coder is basically just second, which we actually have. It gets coder gets the tail of the list. In Clojure, we have a function called rest. Yeah, it's definitely something I've worked on in me. I think I'm a lot closer to it than I was, say, years ago. At this point, it's like, bothers me for a second, and then I get over it, you know? Part of my personality. Definitely a lifelong, so far a lifelong journey of not caring. So we have rest list, and so basically all rest list does in Clojure is, say we had a list of 1, 2, 3, rest would return 2, 3. That's all rest does. So coder in Scheme, this is Guile Scheme, does something very similar in that coder list, well, it actually does basically the exact same thing. There's a few gotchas, but for the most part, it does the same thing. I also fixed some of my dev-inf setup, so I wanted to show that real quick because I do feel like that's important. I was not happy with the Guile REPL, for instance, to start with, and that's because I couldn't do things like up. It would just end up putting in the actual symbol for if I did up or up arrow or I did back arrow or any of those things. I didn't have any nice way to get around it. So this is it fixed, so it's not going to show you anything. But if you remember that on stream, that's what happened. But now I can do all sorts of things. So we can get in and we can define our list. And we're good, we're happy. We could go back up. We can use Control A and Control B, yay, to get around. We can go back, no problem. So there's a lot of nice things that we can do now, that we have that. Since I have this, let's just look at what car and coder do real quick. See, car gives me that 1, and coder gives me the 2, 3. Basically the same thing as first and rest in Clojure. Okay, so once I realized what the error actually was, one of the things that is hard to grasp sometimes, or at least was hard for me in Scheme, is that if I do, wait, now that's just working fine. What was it? It was that. I was trying to use catter. I was trying to use catter on so what catter does is it just comp car coder, right? So if you did car, cooter, L, you'd get 2. And if I do catter, L, I also get 2, right? So I was trying to do catter on a list that only had 1 element, and that's when I ended up with the wrong type argument error. And then of course you see this parens there. And again, parens is the same as an empty list in Scheme, and it's also the same as a null in Scheme. Yeah, look at that null. Okay, so that's how you display null in Scheme. Okay, so once I figured those 2 things out, I was able to make my cond a little bit friendlier. I realized that the actual check here is I just want to see that there's only 2 path parts, right? And then that the second path part is not null. I mean, that shouldn't happen, but you know, it's just an extra check, right? This might be enough, but we just have a little extra null check. And then we have an equal path parts. This was actually easier. Instead of just checking, before I was checking the car on the path parts, that it equaled hello and goodbye. This is a little bit more strict of a condition, right? And that way we can funnel everything else into a not found. So that's where we ended up with our really simple router that we made. So instead of going through all the code, if you really want to see the code, you can go through it on GitHub. But suffice to say that we kind of figured out all of that. The other thing I will point out real quick is I did bring in an external JSON library. I found the process of adding a dependency, at least through the Guile module system, which is something specific to Guile, to be very, very simple. Even though you're downloading and installing the dependency directly yourself and compiling it, the process of doing that was very well documented. It worked without issue, and it just wasn't hard. Where at least with C and C++, it was not nearly as straightforward to link something rather than just vendor it in your own project, which is what I ended up doing for most things in C at least. Hey, how's it going? You know, I was trying to find the message where you told me what I can call you, and I can't remember if you said Heika or if you said Hey Kai or Hey K. I know, it probably isn't that important, but you're here, I will obsess over it unless I know what it was. And maybe I can get better at it. Hey Key. Haha. Nice. Hey Key. I was all wrong. Every single one was wrong. So like key, like you would pronounce it in, you know, like Mandarin, I guess you would say, right? Yeah, I'm not farming views at all, Amit. I mean, I'm writing Lisp right now. I'm clearly not farming views. Now, what's funny is I do have a bunch of Rust videos on YouTube, and they just don't have that much traffic. And it's fine because my channel's young and everything, and they're literally just raw VODs. I didn't expect really any raw VOD to do well, but somehow a raw VOD of me absolutely failing to do C++ for the most part was just thrilling to people. It got 60 hours of watch time, which to me is insane. Like, who are these people watching this random person? But no, I mean, and what I mean by that is, like, I feel like it's different watching a VOD than being on Twitch. I don't mind watching people struggle live, but I don't know how to explain it. It was just still surprising to me. So it's not like it's insane success. It was just funny that it just got traction somehow. I just thought it was funny. Awesome. The other thing that I wanted to point out about the Guile REPL is just that this little one here, I kind of figured out that it's some sort of stack, and it's basically an error stack is the way I would say it. So we got this one once we hit here. And that is, once we say, you know, comma Q, that means I don't care about the backtrace. Just get me out of that little space. So it's some sort of scope thing, I would guess. So anyway, last thing, let's run our hello world, and let's just show that it works. So we have our hello world. We have our hello name. This can be anything. And it returns JSON. And then we have our goodbye. Ooh, oh yeah, it takes a whole argument. Okay, let's just show this real quick. This should be, oh well, it's a 500, it's fine. Let's do the goodbye. There we go. So we said goodbye, gave it JSON. So I guess if we do no body, we're getting a 500. We're not going to fix that today. We're going to go into Common Lisp. They like people in pain. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Okay. So I just wanted to show kind of like the basics of what we were able to do in Scheme Guile and where we ended up before we moved on. Everything should be pushed. We should be ready to get into Common Lisp. So I'm going to close out all of my Scheme tabs and let's start Common Lisp. Okay. How do we start every language? Right here. All right. Pretty long intro paragraph, but not too much. Common Lisp is a dialect of the Lisp programming language published in ANSI standard document ANSI back in 1994. That's the important part. It was actually created in 1984, ANSI in 1994. The Common Lisp hyperspec, a hyperlinked HTML version, has been derived from the ANSI Common Lisp standard. The Common Lisp language was developed as a standardized and improved successor of Mac Lisp. By the early 1980s, several groups were already at work on diverse successors to Mac Lisp: Lisp Machine Lisp, aka Zeta Lisp, Spice Lisp, NIL, and S1 Lisp. Common Lisp sought to unify, standardize, and extend the features of these Mac Lisp dialects. Common Lisp is not an implementation, but rather a language specification. Several implementations of the Common Lisp standard are available, including free and open source software and proprietary products. Common Lisp is a general-purpose, multi-paradigm programming language. It supports a combination of procedural, functional, and object-oriented programming paradigms. As a dynamic programming language, it facilitates evolutionary and incremental software development with iterative compilation into efficient runtime programs. This incremental development is often done interactively without interrupting the running application. It also supports optional type annotation and casting, which can be added as necessary at the later profiling and optimization stages. Yep, this is exciting. To permit the compiler to generate more efficient code. For instance, fixnum can hold an unboxed integer in a range supported by the hardware and implementation, permitting more efficient arithmetic than on big integers or arbitrary precision types. Similarly, the compiler can be told on a per module or per function basis which type of safety level is wanted using optimize declarations. Very cool. Common Lisp includes class, an object system that supports multi-methods and method combinations. It is often implemented with a meta-object protocol. Common Lisp is extensible through standard features such as Lisp macros, code transformations, and reader macros, input parsers for characters. Common Lisp provides partial backwards compatibility with Mac Lisp and John McCarthy's original Lisp. This allows older Lisp software to be ported to Common Lisp. Neat. All right, sweet. So we read that. I did not know about the optional type annotations in Common Lisp. I knew that they had gradual typing in Racket now, but I didn't know that there were abilities to do that in Common Lisp. Okay. So let's go back to Googling and see where we're at. So there's lisplang.org and commonlisp.net. Hey, Alvi, how's it going? We are learning / introducing ourselves to Common Lisp. Yeah, I'm good, thanks. Okay, let's see what commonlisp.net has to say. Okay. As a starting point for new programmers, I don't know if they mean like actual new programmers or if they just mean new to Common Lisp, but that's okay. Common Lisp is the modern, we read most of this, it was in the Wikipedia. Extremely flexible, excellent support for OO programming, and fast prototyping capabilities. It also supports an extremely powerful macro system that allows you to tailor the language to your application in a flexible runtime environment that allows modification and debugging of running applications. Classic Lisp W. It is a multi-paradigm language. Yeah, good deal. Curious. Get started. Okay, if you are a newbie or you want to get started as fast as possible, then Portical is probably your best option. Okay. We're definitely not going to use an IDE for Common Lisp. Okay. They've got SBCL and Clojure Common Lisp. Okay. Interesting. Does this predate Clojure? Let's see. I wonder if this predates Clojure at all. Guess it doesn't really say. We could look at the release history, but I don't care that much. Interesting. Look here for other Common Lisp compilers, including powerful commercial implementations. Okay. Yep. And ASDF plus Quick Lisp for project setup and libraries. Okay. I bet I already have Slime in my Emacs somewhere. Provides Lisp evaluation. Yeah, Typical thing. ASDF is the Lisp version of Make. It is used to define projects called systems, its dependencies, and load and compile the project. Quick Lisp is a library manager for Common Lisp. Use it to download, install, and load any of over 1,500 libraries with a few simple commands. Okay. I like the idea of this. Like an actual library manager that's quick and simple. I like that idea. So now I know there's a bunch of flavors of Common Lisp. I have a cheat sheet from the Lisp Discord. Let me see what that recommends. Okay. Use SBCL if you don't know which to pick. Done. Okay. So let's start with sbcl.org. Steel Bank, Common Lisp. All right. Nice. This looks pretty good. I think we can do this. 1 second. All right. The preference for basically just simple text-based websites in the Lisp world is, it's great. I enjoy it. All right. Let's see if we can get this a little bit. Probably doesn't even, yeah, it doesn't wrap or anything, so making it bigger isn't exactly helpful. SBCL is a high-performance Common Lisp compiler, open-source free software with a permissive license. In addition to the compiler and runtime system for ANSI Common Lisp, it provides an interactive environment, including a debugger, a statistical profiler, a code coverage tool, and many other extensions. Love it. Runs on Mac OS. I think that's great. Download and getting started. Done. Most recent release in October of 2023. Look at this. Modern. It tells you that they aren't web developers. That is very fair. All right. So we could download that. Okay. So I could use Homebrew if I wanted to. Let's see what we've got. Okay, so right now the latest Mac OS version that they support is 2.2.9. Okay, that's fair. For for x86. Wait a second. Does that mean I'm only on 1.1.6? Is that right? Am I being dumb? No, that's this AMD 64 is the 64-bit and processors. Okay. Sorry. Just me being dumb. Yeah, I'm just gonna see if Brew, I bet Brew has that because that's older. If I was gonna be using like guessing it's SBCL. If I could get the newest version, I probably would, but you can't on Mac, so it's fine. We'll just do Brew. Okay, so while that's going, okay, very good. Let's look at getting started. The following directories are not writable by your user. That's funny. Okay. That's fine. Oh yeah, I'm not on iTerm. Good thing I didn't have a bad command in my baseboard. And make sure that your local user has write permissions. We should. Dylan Raid. What's up, guys? How's it going? Hope everyone is doing well. Hi, Bestie Mod. The one and only mod on this stream. Scottish Nightshade Roasted. What's up, guys? We're using extremely modern software, as you can tell by this website. Now, you might think, how modern can this be? And you know, with this website right here, let's just zoom in on this. October 30th, 2023, latest release of Steelbank Common Lisp. 1970s modern. Dylan has drank a lot of water. He's gonna have to pee for a while today. Yeah, I'm sorry, Nightshade. You know that I'm just waiting for real for other mods. Right now we just have bestie mods. Yeah, absolutely. You know, you can have a modern website, but if it's hard to update, this thing's probably updated with FTP still, guys. This is freaking awesome. No. All I mean is non-bestie mods, J. Cole. Can't judge me for the words that I didn't say. Fipokos. Yeah, thanks for the follow. I appreciate it. Yeah, so anyway, I got used to the friends here. I didn't explain what I'm doing for anybody who doesn't know. So we're doing a tour of languages, 12 languages in 4 weeks, about 1 week per language grouping, about 4 hours per language or so. Just depends on how much time that we have. And we're on week 2 right now. So far we've done 4 languages. We've done C, C++, Zig, and Scheme. And today we're on Common Lisp. I've only written more than a dozen lines in one of these 12 languages, and that is Haskell. But it's been a few years, so I'm probably still going to suck at Haskell when I get back to it. So that's what we're doing. Just like a couple basic things in the languages as much as we have time for. It's been pretty fun so far. I've had a good time. I've gotten really into it. I've gotten internships and junior dev level experience in all of these languages so far. Easily enough to put it on a resume. You're so right, Nightshade, though. Like, it really is. Like, I was just saying before you guys came in, like, how much I love the fact that all these Lisp websites are literally just text. I'm not loading images. I'm not doing any of that shit. It's just text. Now, there was that one website that used a custom font, I think it was, and that thing took a long time to render because it was like a single web page for their entire manual, but that's okay. Yeah, so if you guys have any questions, let me know. Full-time, I work in Clojure, which is also a Lisp, so it's fun to see kind of like what influence these languages have had on Clojure, which I've been writing for the last 5 years. Before that, I did kind of full stackish web development. These days I'm just a backend guy, and mostly before it was Java, JavaScript, sorry for swearing, and TypeScript. So that's that. Much to sometimes my own pain and regret, I do use Emacs. I do use Evil Mode, which has been motions in Emacs. And the reason that most things suck on this stream is because I'm on an Intel-based Mac that work paid for. So, you know, maybe someday I'll get a hardware upgrade, but for now we just deal with long wait times, sometimes desynced audio, and lots of fun there. Yeah, great security, no doubt. Little Haskell. So yeah, welcome. Dylan, thank you so much for the raid. I'm sure that the rest of you who are on the stream have probably seen Dylan around, but if you somehow don't follow him, you should. He's that OCaml guy. ThinkPad is a good piece of equipment. I was on a ThinkPad. Well, it technically wasn't a ThinkPad, but that's another. I was on a Lenovo. I'll just put it that way. Pre-Mac, and it was a good experience. Never had problems really until the entire system died. So that's the deal. So yeah, right now we're at the very beginning of Common Lisp. We are learning how to install it, how to get our dev setup going, and all that stuff. The interesting thing about Common Lisp is it's actually a spec, not a language per se. Or it's a spec, not an implementation. So there's a lot of implementations, and the powers that be, now just the resources and groups that I'm a part of, said use Steelbank Common Lisp if you don't know what to choose. So I don't know what to choose, so we're using Steelbank Common Lisp, and it seems pretty good so far. It's well maintained, it has decent documentation, and we'll see what happens. Let's see if Homebrew will actually install it. I had to change some permissions. There it is. So yeah, if you want to see all the VODs are here. If you want to see previous VODs, they're on YouTube. Before I did all this malarkey, I was doing data structures and algorithms in Rust, and we did like, I don't know, 8 or 9 of them before I went into this little tour of languages. So if that's more your thing, you can see those vids there. And if you want bad takes, boomer takes, and stream notifs, they're on that bad website. And I got my hair cut today. Do you guys like it? Does it look good? I can't read those on there. Let's see. Insanit 13S, also known as probably Insanities. Thank you for the follow. Okay, so this is taking a while, as I expected to. Let's read some getting started. Oh, it just finished. It finished. Okay. So now we should have SBCL. As all good Lisps, if you just run the binary, you get into a REPL right away. Look at that. I bet we can even do something like, I don't know, define L as 1, 2. This is scheme. I don't know if it's going to work. No, that doesn't work. It's okay. We tried. I just wanted to see if it worked. Can we just do the quit like we do in scheme? No, we have to do 0, abort. Here we go. Reduce debug level. Okay. Retry using L, use value, or abort. Wow, look at this. Just walking me through how to do things. Here we go. Here's something I know that's gonna work. We can write Common Lisp. We just added something together. Awesome. Okay, so we have SBCL installed. We were able to run it. We don't care about installing to a different prefix, and we're not going to compile it. Is that really all the getting started is? It's not going to be like, dang it. I was hoping they would maybe give me a little bit more than that. Okay, so there's SBCL for us. We can exit this, keep that up because I will bookmark it later. And let's look at the getting started with Common Lisp. Here you go. If you don't know which implementation of Common Lisp to use SBCL or try it. Okay. We did that. We started a REPL. We did exactly almost. I did 1 + 3 just to make sure that it worked. Okay, and then we can quit. You can slightly enhance the REPL. The arrow keys do not work and it has no history with RL wrap. Okay, so this is the same thing that we had in our Guile REPL, which was the implementation of Scheme that we used. And so what we're gonna do, quite. I just did quite. You guys like that? Let's get out of here. Let's see. Yeah, I'll just reuse. We need to do a few things. All right, we're still in Scheme land everywhere. This is not on Scheme land. This is in Scheme land. Okay, so make sure that our branch is good. Let's make dir Common Lisp. Okay. We'll get into Common Lisp. We'll touch README to drop a couple links. And then we're going to, I already forgot. Oh yeah, we're going to install this guy. Okay. So let's just do that here. Let's see if I can just get it from Brew. Bitmapper Twitch. Nice. Cool. Yeah, thanks for the heads up. It's one of the things I've really loved about doing a bunch of languages. Now, of course, sometimes people are annoying and will just come in and be annoying to a beginner to a language, but for the most part, I don't get that on Twitch. So it's one of the fun things is going through and seeing like people dropping in and being like, oh yeah, I know Zig, or of course, you know, C, C++, I don't know. For the most part, people, I mean, they were helpful, but not as helpful as the Zig people. And then, of course, you know, there's the Lispers. The Lispers like us. I write Clojure, sorry. You know, it's it's a Lisp, but is it? No. I mean, it's obviously a Lisp. It's just, I don't know. It's something. You can see some of the influence. All right, what is this called? SBCL. Let's see if we have a nice REPL now. Okay, nope, it still didn't work. Okay, I forgot to actually do the thing. It told me and I just didn't read it. Many such cases on the stream, and there we go. Okay, beautiful. Now, do I always have to wrap it every single time I enter a REPL? I'm gonna guess yes. You get a nil on an equality check? Oh no. You get a nil and a true. Oh wow. Nil is false? Is there no false? Interesting. Okay. Anyway. Nil is false, yeah, cool. All right. Okay, so let's just make sure I understand that this isn't gonna work. Okay, yep, that's kind of what I expected. So every single time we'll have to use RL wrap. Tip of today, you can use push D and pop D while traversing folders. Okay, I don't know what that actually does. I can't say I know that one. Inappropriate shell manual page. Okay, it's just a shell built-in command. All right, very cool. All right, so we installed RL wrap. Next, we're gonna have to get this working in Emacs. It's not your standard equality. It's only for numbers. Okay, awesome. Yeah, thanks for that. You know, that came at me in Scheme, like coming from Clojure. You know, I'm used to equal just being, you know, equality among every single type, right? Like standard dynamic, one operator for every type sort of thing. And that bit me. It probably cost me around 15 minutes because I didn't realize that was the error I was getting because I wasn't good at reading the errors from Guile. And it just turned out that I needed to replace the equal sign with the actual equal thing. Equal, you know, predicate. Or procedure. So, yeah, thanks. those are the kind of like little things that are really helpful to know. Okay. Quick Lisp is more than a package manager. Good. This is I was hoping that this was going to say use Quick Lisp because that's what I wanted to use. Okay. Run this command anywhere. All right. I could just use brew, I guess. Let's see if it's there. Only reason is it manages all the shit, right? Yeah, well, of course that's not a command. Unbelievable. I do have a hard stop today at 2:30. I might, big capital M might, be streaming again at like 6 p.m., 6:30 p.m. my time, which we just changed daylight savings. I believe I am 5 hours behind UTC right now. So that would be the middle of the night UTC. That's the idea. Well, 11 p.m. UTC. Okay. No available formula. That's fine. So we'll just use their little install script. That was hard. And then, okay. And load this file. Whoops, I clicked on my browser. Okay, one second. So let's do a little rl wrap, sbcl, load, quicklisp.lisp. You were not able to load that. Couldn't load quicklisp. Oh my gosh, I freaking awesome. To continue with installation, look at this. This is what I mean though. Like, I know that it's skill issue. Don't get me wrong. What did I do wrong? Oh, I didn't actually read that. Quick Lisp - quick start install. I'm not even, oh, okay. Here, let's restart this. Let's restart this, because I didn't write the right thing. Quick Lisp - quick start install. I'm trying to do two things at once, and I need to stop doing that. I must have just typed it wrong. That's what I did. You spelled it quick list again. Stupid muscle memory. Stupid muscle memory. You're so used to writing list. Ah. It's because I don't even think about what key I'm actually typing. QL add to init file. Okay. But yeah, thanks X message. I appreciate that. I'm not surprised. Many typos. To load a system, use QL. Should we call this Queel? I can't believe I just called it Queel. Like my brain wanted to call it Queel. How bad is that? Make sure to do QL add to init file. Oh, like I can just do it right here. And will it just create my init file for me if I don't already have it? Users me sbclrc. Beautiful. Hey, thanks bitmapper. That's good. That's good stuff. Okay. Are we done? To load a system, to load quick lisp. Oh, it said that right there. I probably wouldn't have read it though. And that is, you know, that's just part of you guys being a viewer, is that I don't always read things. Okay. Sick. We're getting somewhere. I know you guys can't read some of this. Here, I'll try to get down here. I mean, it's still also really, really small. I guess because they actually have that, we might be able to get away with this. There we go. Yep. Oh yeah, we're not afraid of parens around here. All right. Love that. So we got that. Install libraries in the REPL. This installs the stir string manipulation library. Okay. So it doesn't explain what system name is. Okay, we'll just do that. It's fine. QL, quick load. Whoops. Huh. Quick load. At least I don't have to type out quick Lisp anymore, right? I can just do this. QL, quick load, system name. What do we get? System name not found name. Okay, that's fine. We don't actually care. Give up on system name. That's totally fine. What about stir? Oh, it's just an example name. Oh, that's hilarious. Yeah, I'm using Emacs. I'm already an Emacs user, so this won't be hard. Right now, this isn't in Emacs. This is just my terminal, but it's fine. We'll switch over to Emacs in a second. And voila, you can use it right away. Well, it's still installing, actually. Slime is wonderful. Okay, let's see if I have Slime already. I might. Nope. Okay, so this is Guile. Typing errors. Give me a second. Common Lisp. Use package slime. Ensure. Yeah, I don't exactly use a lot of modern packages, Bitmapper, to be honest. I recently finally replaced Company with Corfu, which was a nice replace, but yeah, we use some old shit around here. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see. You're still using Company. Well, it's funny, I was complaining on an Emacs Discord about how like my performance sucks, and there's reasons that I won't go into because we have to semi-focus. But oh shit, I forgot. Oh yeah, and then they were like, well, what are you using? Like, have you updated your packages in the last 5 years? And I'm like, not really. I just use the same packages. Once in a while I upgrade them, you know. So they were like, yeah, Corfu is much faster. Try that. It seems good. Emacs is still sometimes slow as shit, but that's because I don't have native compilation on. I didn't recompile it. Okay. Excuse me. And then we're just supposed to try out a little stir. Stir. Title case. Hello, Lisp. Okay, beautiful. Writing Agda? Wow, nice. Oh, we're gonna do Agda, Bitmapper. I don't know if you were here for when I was going over my whole schedule, but yeah, we're gonna do Agda the week of Thanksgiving, which you might not know if you're not in the States, but it's the last week of the month this year. So sweet. Okay. You had to use fly check instead of fly make. That's a good point. Heiki. You know, just got to get into my brain. Yeah, it's a good point. I'll have to see what happens when I get there. I know I have the fly check config here, but I feel like I use fly make other times. Anyway, Emacs config. over. Okay, let's continue this. I think it's going to tell us what to do with our thing. We won't actually install Slime yet. Okay, this looks good. We don't care about this right now. Advanced Dependencies Management. You can drop Common Lisp projects into any of those folders. Quick Lisp local projects, Common Lisp, .local/share Common Lisp source. Okay, beautiful. Providing, like, if, like, literally, I don't know if I finished my thought earlier, but if they literally just provided a resource, it might exist, but like for C or C++ that walked you through each of these steps the way that they're doing right here, it would make it so much more approachable for people new to those languages. Just saying. I mean, granted, this is like a library manager, so, but yeah. Okay. How to work with local versions of libraries. If we need libraries to be installed locally for only one project or in order to easily ship a list of dependencies within an application, we can use Clot or CLPM. Okay, cool. We might look at that, but this is probably enough for us for what we're going to need. I don't remember getting my editor ready. Where did you have me get my editor ready? Oh, okay. I'm just supposed to actually click this. Got it. Okay, slime, right there. Oh, okay, so Portico is like a special Common Lisp environment that like wraps Emacs with everything. That's cool, but obviously we're not going to do that. Since Slime is heavily modular and the defaults only do the bare minimum, not even the Slime REPL, you might want to enable more features with this. Okay. Let's just take this and assume that this is what we want. Come on. There we go. What couldn't you get to work right, PM Walls? You might have said it earlier. Or maybe you're responding to Heiki. All right. So we should be able to just say a little config here and then do something like this. Let's see. Make sure that this is right. I guess it might be custom actually is more correct instead of config. I'm not sure. Portico is a bit outdated. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Okay, this is probably good enough. Let's just go ahead and do a manual package install, because I usually have the best luck with that, and then I just put it in my config so that it's there when I need it. Oh yeah, undo tree. It's very good. Okay, cool. So we're gonna let that do its thing. Let's make sure that they're not. Let's just look at this real quick. We're not gonna spend. Okay, this is just okay. The introduction. Yeah, I don't need this. I get how it works because Cider, which we use for Clojure, is very similar to the way. I mean, obviously, it took the inspiration for how they built Cider from other Lisp's Emacs implementations, so we should be good. All right, I'm going to put the mic a little bit closer to me, and it usually helps me keep my back straighter. Cider and Slime are quite similar. Sweet. Sweet. Okay. So we have Slime. It just installed. Let's just go ahead and eval this real quick because it should add the little slime setup and eval it. Okay. Should be good. So now, let's see. Oh, I have some work stuff open. 1 second. I forgot to close out work stuff. It's been a day. All right. Scheme. Okay, the rest of these are fine. Oh, not this one. Okay, we're good. So yeah, let's try to create a file. I know we love our REPLs. I actually, let's see, where were we? Oh, that's right. We clicked something to get here. Okay, getting started. This is where we were. We did that. We looked at that. Creating a new project. That's what we want to see. Okay, we like CL project that also sets up a... Yeah, definitely. No, that's mostly what I do with Cider anyway, right? Amit says, it is just opinion. I don't know if it's true or not. If you have a large user base and a lot of companies are using it, you don't have so much incentive to create step-by-step guides since there's a large community to answer the question. On the other hand, for less widely used languages, they have to do it since the community and resources are scarce. That is actually a great take, Amit. I think you're absolutely right. I think that's what it is. I think there's also an attitude because this is actually something similar. It used to be similar in the Haskell community. If you tried to get started, say, more than 5 years ago. And sometimes it's still a problem. I think there is this thing where, of course, C and C++ a lot of times is used in college as well with CS degrees. And there is a little bit of a gatekeeping mentality, I would say, among that developer, among developers that use C and C++, that they enjoy. You know, I mean, that's what a gatekeeping mentality is, right? And so they're like, well, if you can't figure this out, that's on you. Go get a textbook and read a book, you know? And it's like, sure, I get that answer, but I also think at this point, it kind of sucks, and you guys are just being assholes. I'm not saying there aren't other perspectives, but yeah. Okay. But yeah, you're a lot less incentivized to do so, right? If everybody's using it anyway, like because it's widely used. So there's that as well. Okay, some project builders help to scaffold the project structure. We like CL project that also sets up a test skeleton. In short, QL, quick load CL project. Okay, we can do that. QL, quick load CL project. Nice. Hey, Smiling Big. Thanks for jumping in. Hope you're well. Yeah, auto completion, yeah. So for those of you who don't know, I mean, we'll see it in a second, but basically a lot of the features that you're used to getting from an LSP, auto completion, documentation, go-to reference, all those kinds of things that you get from your IDE or an LSP or whatever it is. For most Lisps, the way they do it, and the reason that Emacs is so good at supporting Lisps, is they create an integration using the REPL for whatever you're using, whether it's Scheme or Common Lisp or Clojure or whatever. And your buffer actually communicates with the REPL in order to get all of its IntelliSense, if you want to call it that. So that's kind of how those work from high level. Okay, CL project, make project, P. We're gonna say /, let's just do snippets, and let's say fizzbuzz /root. Well, why /root? Let's just say fizzbuzz. All right, because that's the first project we do for everything. All right, so now we should see that if we did that right in Common Lisp. Nice. Look at me getting this. Project builders are wonderful, in my opinion. I am a big fan of project builders. Amit, you worked as an intern for Boost, a C++ library, mostly focused on code and documentation comes second sense. Yeah, I mean, that's most places, right? And I'm not at all like doing the typical internet whining thing of like, people need to take their free time and explain how this works to me, but I little bit am, right? It's just more like, it's not a huge step. Let's use, let's see, I used it for scheme. Let's just use this as an example. What was the scheme JSON library? Guile JSON. Okay. Use this as an example. Just to explain a little bit of what I'm trying to say, outside of like saying people need to do a bunch of work for me. Installation. Download the latest tarball and untar it. Tells you if you're cloning the repository. Then run the typical sequence. Now here's a key. This is a typical sequence. People who know Guile /scheme, but especially Guile, because this is a Guile module system, like, they would know that this is what you have to do every time. The fact that they bothered to put these 4 lines here, not to mention this whole section, made this so easy to use. Even though I'm using a binary and I am manually linking it to my project, the fact that they just have this section and told me how to do it, it just made it perfectly approachable. I knew exactly what to do, and it was not a big deal that we don't have a package manager. That's all I'm saying. That's all you need. Just like a paragraph. Yeah, maybe every C and C++ developer knows how to add this to their makefile or their CMake, but like, just do this. It's not that hard. And it would make it 100 times more approachable. Or just link. If it's the same for every single project, link to a resource. This is what you should use. Or have an example makefile. Some projects did have an example makefile, which was helpful and appreciated. I just don't think that that's a heavy lift. That's all I'm saying. Okay, rant over. Yeah, you've been busy this week, smiling big. I get it. Oh, okay, cool. Thanks, Bitmapper. Yeah, I'll just do this, and then now that I have it, I can just start the REPL in my actual source file. Exactly, and that's my point. I mean, you're right on. They're assuming that you know, and they shouldn't. That's just my opinion. You know, and it's fine. It's fine if they do. It's fine. People are gonna do whatever. But like, they're just assuming that you know the build tools instead of like, this is how you build this project, and link it. That's it. I don't know. It's just my own take. Not saying I'm right. Okay. All right. So we're good here. I'm gonna leave this config alone. Let's close out of our scheme file. And I don't need iBuffer open. And this is our MTOL README, so that's good. And we can just go right into Common Lisp, snippets, fizzbuzz, source, main.lisp. Obviously for fizzbuzz we didn't need to create a whole package, but it's fine. Realistically, I probably should have just called, I probably could have just had snippets as the package instead of fizzbuzz, but it's okay. We can change that later if we really want to. So very cool. The project builder took my project name and ran with it. I love that. So far, loving that. Let's open up Slime right here, and no such file or directory Lisp. Okay, look at that. So I'm guessing it's saying that Slime doesn't know where my Lisp install is. Yeah, Enterprise Fizzbuzz now in CO. Yeah. Okay. I don't know where it is either. I forget. Okay, that'll do it. Slime, they might have a command for it. Setup. Let's try Slime setup. See where we get. Anything? He didn't do anything. Oh, I still have a geyser REPL open. I don't need that. Oh, huh. Other Emacs window was open. 1 second. There we are. We're back. We're so back. X message and Casey code. I'm sorry. I was probably in the middle of a rant. Thanks for the follow, guys. I appreciate it. We got 45 minutes. We can at least get fizzbuzz, get started on what's next. Let's look at messages. Package slime installed. Slime setup. Still nothing? Okay, it's fine. Let's figure it out. Slime Lisp not found. eLisp variable inferior Lisp program to SBCL. Awesome. Thank you. I probably don't have to do some of these things. Okay, we'll see. We'll leave that open in case that stuff matters, but let's just try bitmapper. eLisp variable inferior Lisp program. Okay, let's just try. You're gonna find out that I'm not very good at eLisp, despite the fact that I use Emacs. I know enough to do very small things. It's just a set variable thing. Thanks. So I think in my config here, I should be able to just say set variable inferior. Now variable, do I have to do the single quote? I always forget. I should have completion actually. Okay, inferior Lisp program, right? Okay. To SBCL. Yeah, sweet. Got it just in time before you told me. All right. Let's just do this and eval it. And what? Symbol P. Set variable is the interactive version. Oh dear. I've done this before. Why can't I figure it out? It's not general define key. Okay, it's fine. I'll just comment this out and we'll just do it interactively. It's set Q. Okay. I have that all over the place. And thank you. Like I said, I'm clearly not an Emacs expert. I don't mess with config a lot. There we go. Let's try this again. Nice little Lisp extension on our file. We love that. And let's just try calling slime. Oh, look at this. Look at this. This is looking good. Okay, okay. It's doing a little setup. We can do some setup. Boom. Slime 2.28. Okay, let's go. Love that. Okay, and now you'll see that we're getting information about what we're using, and that's coming from our REPL. Freaking awesome. Okay, all good. In package, fizzbuzz, blah blah blah. Absolutely love that. You know, the other thing I've found is that the people, at least on the Lisp Discord, are hilarious, like very funny. Like they just, I don't know, they just have like a good attitude. So you're saying right now my file's not actually loaded, but yeah, Control C, Control L is pretty classic. Pretty classic binding for that. Okay, that looks good. I don't have anything in it yet, so it doesn't exactly matter. Okay, I don't even know how to make a function here, so let's find out. Where are we? Getting started. Lisp cookbook. Okay. We love this. How to load an existing project, more settings. Okay. This is great. I loved this getting started guide. Let's just look. The cookbook is good. Let's see if we can get language basics, functions. Here we go. Ah, okay. Thanks, Bitmapper. Yeah. See, that's kind of what I do, which probably doesn't surprise you, is I make a change and I restart Emacs. I mean, I'll eval it sometimes, and then I'll be like, oh, that's not how that works. And then I go and change it. Yeah, it's very grug. Very grug. All right. Defun. All right, so we're going to do a little defun. Name list of arguments. Okay. Hello world has no arguments. That's all good. Now, okay, so differently than scheme, our arguments don't have to have double parens around them, which is nice. Okay, and that's because a list in scheme is, well, just different, right? Okay. Okay, so we're gonna say defun fizzbuzz x. Beautiful. All right, and then we're gonna go from there. Okay. I would imagine that we have a cond. Okay, I like cond. And rest clauses, that looks good. And then let's remember, I'm sure, is it not and? Whoa. Is it really not and? Is and not a thing? Let's make sure autocomplete's working. It's not. Oh, bummer. Okay, it's fine. It's and. Oh, okay. Okay, well, I guess let's try it out in the REPL. There's an obvious answer to this. And t. Wait, let's see. Equal 1, 2 was nil. Equal 1, 1 was t. And t doesn't like me. That's fine. Look at all this. How do you just exit? Can I just press Control C? No. This is not what I'm used to. Okay, 4 is a board. Okay, we're good. We're good. That's funny. All right. And T. Beautiful. It is and. I was just expecting syntax highlighting and I didn't get it, which is fine. Okay. So yeah, it's and. You're right, PM. You just click abort, yeah, or type 4. Okay. Yeah, it was just weird when it went up in the other buffer because I was used to the one in my terminal. Okay, so this is probably going to be very, very similar to our scheme. But what are we saying? We're saying cond and if x modulo 3, I already forgot the equal. Okay. If x modulo 3 equals 0, and it might not be modulo, it might be a text. All right, give me a second to figure out some syntax on my own. For now, but thank you. It's just mod, yeah. That's funny because I remember seeing mod. Mod is actually I think what it is in Clojure if I remember right. It's been a while since I've written modulo. Okay, but in Scheme it was the whole word modulo, and that one was funny. Okay, and I was thinking it was mod, so obviously I was thinking of like Clojure or Common Lisp or something. Okay, so we have cond and this. Now the thing is that in Clojure they let us just like put them separately. I wonder if they're going to let us do that or if it's like a list of clauses. Let's find out. Cond, we'll just say equal 1 1, then return 2. Okay, that's wrong. So here we're just going to do 3. So then it is cond. I don't know, equal's working in the REPL, at least for nums. I think equal is just only for nums. Why is it nil not f? Because that's their false, is they use nil instead of false. Okay. They can stack, right? So this is something I saw in, what is it called? In Scheme as well, the stacking errors thing. Yeah, it's very cool. Very cool. Cond, what was I doing? Anybody remember? Oh yeah, let's just try this syntax and see if see if it works. I'm gonna guess I need a single quote for that list. Nope, that's not it either. Okay, we're done guessing syntax for now. Let's figure it out. As fun as it is to guess syntax, let's see if there's anything else we need to know. Why is my scrolling being dumb? Okay, when happy, we love when. Okay, so we have when. We have when and if, I'm gonna guess. I'm gonna have when and if. Clojure uses that. Very similar. Yep, when happy p, if happy. So you use when if you only care about your true condition, for those that don't know. We have apply, and of course it's Lisp, so it just returns the last thing. Okay. Yeah, they're still unhandled up there. Yeah, they probably are. It's fine. I mean, I think abort, if I remember right, abort was the option to like get out of it. It's kind of like comma q in Scheme REPL. We have closures. We know all about closures. Okay, let's just look at the let syntax because that's going to come in handy. Okay, about what I would have expected. So I bet my cond might actually work without the quote because of this. I don't know why I was assuming that it had to be a quote. I guess I was thinking of a actual list literal. We'll do this. First try. All right. Good deal. So basically our conditions have to be like this. And if it's these things, we're going to return fizz, and we go to the next thing, right? And we say equals 0 mod x3. I still forgot to put it in its own thing. And I already messed up. That's fine. Okay. So we're there, and then we will just copy this, paste, replace 3 with 5, and say buzz. And finally, we just have to know what our else is, which we'll find out. For now, we'll just say else. That's what it is in Scheme. We're going to need to stringify our int. So we don't know how to do that yet. Okay. So let's see what we get just from the interpreter. Fizzbuzz else. Okay. Yeah. Undefined variable fizzbuzz else. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. We'll look up the syntax in a second. I just want to play with it. See what it's like to get errors in the language. Yeah, okay, yeah, CMX, yeah, Cider uses that. Cool. So that was functions. Very good. Let's look at, let's see what they're going to call it. Well, let's not think about data structures for now. We have strings, numbers, loops, iteration mapping, pattern matching, probably where we want to go. Oh, they have just a complete match? Ooh. Okay, how does their match work? Okay, match, comma, 1, 2, 3, cons x, y, print x, print y. Oh, I like it. That's neat. Oh, it's part of the trivia library? Okay. That makes sense. But still, pattern matching, guys. I love me some pattern matching. I absolutely love it. Okay, we're not going to use pattern matching for this, but we could have. There's a nice pattern matching way to solve fizzbuzz if you want to. Let's see. Advanced topics. Nope. Okay, let's see about how do I get docs of cond. Let's see. In Cider, it's Control C, DD. Okay, not the most helpful thing in the world. That's okay. All right. We got a little description going on. Lispworks.com documentation. Yeah, maybe I need a nice is Lispworks a nice language reference in your opinion? Like basically I want something that's nice and searchable, right? That's what I would like. Okay, so okay. So there's no, the else is just the last S expression. I actually, Oh no, you actually do a T. Oh, so you literally define your base, your last thing. It's not a special construct. Okay. So let's see. Let's clear all that shit. You can just use your browser search. Okay, that's nice. I'm guessing lowercase t and like that's a thing. Yeah, okay. That's the same thing. That's the index? Okay, thanks. We'll open that up. Okay, so T is true. We have T, and in case of T, we just return X. That should be fine. There's something it doesn't like about it. Still? No. No. It's just showing my previous warning, isn't it? Nope. It's still not. Caught style warning. Okay. Condition of type undefined function. Retry calling fizzbuzz. Okay, so no, it just never actually did anything. I didn't actually successfully load. Okay. Interesting. I wonder what I'm wrong about. There's no case sensitivity in keywords. Oh, that's so interesting. Oh, wow. I kind of like it. I kind of like the fact that there's no case sensitivity in keywords. I don't know. That's not a bad thing. All right. So let's just say cond F1 T2. This is still wrong. Oh, I didn't put why is this wrong? Oh, I did F. Oh my god, I'm just dumb. I'm just forgetting things. It's nil, not F. All right. There we go. Okay. Oh, you call it from the REPL like fizzbuzz because it's part of the package. Is that my problem? I don't get completion, which is annoying me to no end, but maybe it didn't. I'm just wondering if it actually loaded. It's a little confusing. Yeah, it's not working. So that means it's probably not loaded. For some reason, completion's not working on anything, even a standard library function. Oh well. Fizzbuzz is not external in the fizzbuzz package. Okay, good to know. So because I loaded it and I'm not actually like in the file per se, then that's why I'm there. Okay. Interesting. So I have to define it as external. Good to know. Good to know. So then look at this beauty of a website. That is, I mean, how old is this? This is hilarious. All right, let's look at this real quick. We just have to know. How can I get information about this image? Let's see. If we open image in new tab, 1996. Yeah. Oh, look at that. It's a GIF, guys. Wow. That's just amazing. I am very happy about this. Can I see like the image properties without downloading it somehow in DevTools? Yeah, I said GIF just to be, I said it ironically actually, but it's really funny. Look at this. Look at these links. This is too funny. Oh my god. This is amazing. Oh, wow. Okay. It's Jeff. I like that. Special operator, system class? Sure, special operator. I don't know. Okay. Function, name, function, sure. All right, function is like, yeah, I get it. Okay. Interesting. Creates a closure. Okay, that's not what I needed, but that's fine. You get a function from a symbol, yeah, that's cool. Okay, what was the actual problem I was trying to solve, since I have to leave soon? I don't remember. Oh, okay, yeah. Uh-huh. Nice. We like our hashes and our apostrophes in Lisp, don't we? Or single quotes, or whatever you want to call them. Single quotes, I guess. What was I trying to figure out? What was the problem? Oh, the fact that this is not external. Right. The fact that this is not external doesn't help. Okay. Got it. Define a function at a top level. Okay. So is there just like an export keyword maybe? No? Alright, that's fine. Let's figure out exports. Where's cookbook? I'm guessing this isn't in cookbook. One step ahead of me. What is it, Alan? Packages? Alright. Packages. Exporting. Symbols. Okay. Oh, you declare your exports at the top. So what is this in package about exactly? Like, that's a little interesting. Oh, okay, that's separate though. So UCL, export, nice. Export fizzbuzz. We'll go the next line just because that's what they did. Okay, and then we can delete this. Yeah, that works. And then let's see if this works. Boom. Okay, now we just have to figure out. Oh, I was dumb. Okay, I was dumb and I wait, how does that possible? Oh my god, I did mod 3 twice. Hilarious. All right. Not what I meant to do, obviously. Okay, it's fine. What is it inside it? I'm trying to remember. No, it's not MXMN. Control C, Control R. Yeah, it's fine. Okay, anyway. Yeah, I actually really like this. I like the fact that we're getting a declarative form of what's exported in the package. I think that is really nice. Really annoying in Clojure. We use defin in Clojure for function definitions. There's a nice identity function for you. And that's a public function. And then if you want it to be private, you do this. And how many times on a project with a bunch of developers do people not privatize their functions, which are actually private, and then you want to change them, but you don't actually know exactly what you're changing across the project without either a really good REPL and understanding versus, or just using ACK, which is what I do most of the time. Yeah, a lot. And then you have to go figure out, is this actually used somewhere else? Annoying. Okay. Okay. Okay, what were we talking about? We figured out the whole export thing. Oh, you can also use the export function. That's cool, but I like the whole top level exports. I'm a fan. Okay, we just have to know how to stringify an int, basically. So let's go back to our cookbook. Oh, we're on our cookbook. That's why I couldn't find it. And let's just look at maybe strings or numbers. Reading numbers from strings. Operating, generating. Okay, so let's try strings. Stir defines. Okay, some external libraries available on Quick Lisp bring some more functionality or some shorter ways to do. Stir defines. So stir is something we also use in Clojure a lot. It comes from Clojure core. Trim, words, unwords, lines, unlines, concat, split, shorten, repeat, replace all, starts with, ends with. Yeah, we basically just copied all of this from Common Lisp for Clojure. SerapEM is a large set of utilities with many string manipulation. Okay. You'll need to tackle the format construct. Don't miss the following resources. Okay, very cool. We'll figure that out. Hamlet, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Thanks for hanging out. Hope you're having a good day. We're just Common Lisp in it for the very first time. And hey, Bitmapper, thanks. I didn't realize you didn't follow me. That's funny. Good times. Yeah, you gotta hang out for the Agda sesh. All right, I will be way in over my head with Agda. Oh, really? Cool. Awesome. Yeah, I actually I forgot that there's a place on in the Lisp Discord where people are just posting Twitch links if they're doing Lisp, and I totally forgot to post. I told myself, okay, I just have to remember to post the link there, and I forgot. Oh well. I would do it now, but I literally have to leave in 15 minutes, and if like 10 people join my stream, I would feel sad. But we'll continue this most likely later today. So, you know, depending on what time zone you're on, you can join me in around 4 hours. Okay. Let's see. Concatenating. That would be good to know. Let's just look at what concatenating syntax. Concatenate. What a good named function. All right, so you can just use format. We could use format if we really wanted to. I bet we could even just do, we could just use format if we want to. You'll probably be drunk in 4 hours. Well, that's whatever. I bet format has a number format built in, but I don't know exactly how it works. Relatively arcane syntax. Nice. Gotta love arcane syntax. All right. Converting between symbols and strings. Okay, that might. Okay, here we go. Converting a string to a number. Converting a number to a string. I knew it'd be on here. Write to string or one of its simpler variants. Pren1 to string. Why is pren1 to string simpler than write to string? Or prink to string, maybe used. Okay. Okay, you can use a outpost based. Remember in Lisp, rational numbers are represented as quotients of 2 integers, even when converted to strings. Okay, awesome. Yeah, all good information. Covers the format syntax. Cool. We might get into that for like if we want to do any nice logging or something. So let's just play with this real quick. All right, let's see. We got write to string 250, and then it also said pren1 to string. I don't know. I still don't have. I don't know why autocomplete's not working. It's weird. Okay. And then we have prink to string. I don't know the difference between any of those. It's so complex. Yeah, I'm not surprised somehow. Okay, well, let's not worry about it. Let's just use write to string because I like the name of that function better than all the other ones. And we'll finish up our fizzbuzz. Write to string x, right. I knew that. Okay, so now we have our guy right here. I'm guessing we can then say, oh yeah, how do we print to stood out? Do we have a display? No. Okay, do we have a print? We do. Do we have a print line? We don't. And optional stream. Okay, cool. So if we say print to, okay, that's fine. We get printed too. Okay, print works. Format T string is commonly used to print. Destination. Okay, we just say true. And then we just say 2. Just means stood out. Interesting. Why did it give me nil? Is it because I don't know how to use format? Could be why. Oh, no, nil is the... I'm so dumb. Nil's the return type. Clojure does the exact same thing. Yeah, no, you're right. Oh my gosh. I do that sometimes even still. I've been writing Clojure for 5 years, and sometimes I'll be like, nil? Why am I getting nil? And I'll be like, oh my God. Patience. Patience, young Padawan. Okay. All right. Sweet. So format is pretty common. Now, if I knew how to use format properly, man, now I actually want to use format because I want... Does print... I'm guessing it doesn't automatically do a new line. Does format or print do a new line for me? I guess I can find out. We'll just do it. It's fine. Okay. We'll just do a little format T. I do Clojure at work. Yeah. That be my day job. Okay. So, I mean, we could put this in a test. I'm just putting it here. It's just easier. Let's do 5. Let's do 10 and 15. Okay, we'll see what happens. Okay, so we know we have this whole package and everything over here in this world. Now we could actually, I think, just reload the file and it would just basically do all this for us. Yay. Okay, no new lines. It's not far away from being an entire typesetting language. Don't you just love features like that? It's so funny when you have stuff like that. Okay, so we can load it, but before we go, let's see if we can just figure out it probably has the okay, so in our fizzbuzz package, how do we actually just readme.markdown spelled out, no MD? Amazing. Readme.markdown. Would you look at that? Okay. What did we use to do this? We were using the whole. Oh, that was on Cookbook. Okay, I just had to remember where we were. Common Lisp Cookbook. With Quick Lisp, how to work with projects. Okay, it's going to be in how to work with projects. Okay, well, I guess load is doing basically the same thing. Is there a way? Comma D is for a decimal. Okay, so I could just do format. Okay, comma % is new line. But what about an S? Like, because I'm guessing format is going to be something like this. And let's say we're here. Is this going to be what I want? Of course, that's my last one. That's not going to tell me anything. Yeah, it's really good. Okay. Buzz, fizzbuzz. Okay, so that actually works. Oh, that's funny. When I saw the A, I assumed that it was an A list because I was just doing Common Lisp. I mean, I'm Scheme yesterday. Okay, that's nice. All right. So now all we have to do is we'll just do multi-cursor real quick. I'll get there. Just give me a second. Give me a second. Right, shift. Why am I pressing the wrong button every time? Shift V. I know how to do this. Oh no. Okay, fuck it. I keep messing it up because I'm being dumb. So we're not gonna do it that way, and we're just doing this. Oh yeah. It's the wrong thing though. Okay. I'm really annoyed with myself right now. let's just do it this way. /t/ nope, /space t/ there we go, with space t space, yeah, absolute winner. Yeah, I know. Everything's so much harder when streaming. I don't think people know. Okay. All right. That looks pretty freaking good. So we get a 1, we get a fizz, we get a fizz, we get a buzz, we get a buzz, and we get a fizz buzz. All right, dude. Yeah, see you, Smiley. Have a good one. Sick. So the only thing I don't know, I know we love our REPLs, but like, it explained this a little bit. But like, how do I run? Is there any way to just run this in like the terminal more like as a binary, or is that not really a thing? It requires the interpreter, right? So that probably doesn't make sense. So even if I did something like this, I'm guessing that's not going to do what you would hope it would be. You can deploy a program as a binary, but it's a bit complicated. Not surprised. Okay, it's fine. We don't have to deal with that. The point is, I just earned myself right here. Look at this fizzbuzz. I just got myself a Common Lisp internship. Are we so happy? Save Lisp and die. All right, I can do that. Hey, Jock Pop. Oh, it's actually what it's called? Should you do fizzbuzz and Erlang? That's the only way you know that you know a language, Nightshade. Of course you should do fizzbuzz. Save? No. I think I have oh, I might not have Evo Collection. Oh yeah, you're probably right. Okay. Let's see. It's 2:29. I need to be off by 2:30. That's interesting. Let me just tell my partner that I'm gonna be 2 minutes late because we don't have time to raid anybody. Okay. Out in 2 minutes. All right. Let's see. Yeah, thanks so much for hanging out. If you aren't already following, send me a follow. We're going to finish up some Common Lisp later. Next, we're getting into Racket. That will most likely be on Sunday. And then we're going to get into some meta languages. We're going to do MLs starting next week. Are we just like ahead of schedule right now? I think we might be. Oh, right. I'm doing Racket on Sunday and Monday, most likely. So yeah, cool. Thank you so much for hanging out. And you can always follow the Twitter if you want to get stream notice there. Obviously, you can get stream notice from Twitch. And also, I hang out here if you want to do that sort of thing. CRZ Her. Thanks for the follow. Yeah, see you guys. Let's see who we're gonna raid. Tej is still streaming. Yeah, we'll just raid Tej. Easy. Don't have to think about it. All right, see you guys.